get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Oklahoma's offense will go on the attack first. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling, the temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Got it behind the line. It's Parrish. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
3rd down, and they'll need 5 to keep this opening drive moving. Got it in the middle. It's Wheeler. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to 1st down. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield, it's Mateer. He'll take a deep shot here. It's caught, and what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
This guy obviously spent a lot of time in the film room this week because he is dissecting this defense early in the game in the opening drive. Great job with his eyes, great job with his rhythm, an explosive play there. This defense does not have an answer for this dude.
The Sooners look to keep this drive humming. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Kent. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on 1st down, setting up an easier 2nd down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on 2nd down.
He caught it! He steps out of bounds, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. And the Sooners pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. He'll pull it on the read. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Sooners! The Sooner schooner doesn't have a tight turning radius, but it can rev up the Oklahoma crowd, David.
Man, get them started, get them going early, test the limits, get in the end zone, get these people going bananas just safely. You know, go bananas, go crazy, but, you know, don't do too much and don't, don't fall over in your seats.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Bringing it back. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Missouri's offense has its first opportunity of the day. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
This offense already in the black zone, a little bit backed up. How do they want to respond? They come out to throw the football, be aggressive, and this defense was ready, and they got pressure on the quarterback and got a sack on the very first snap.
the ground with the back. Makes him talk to the hand. Ridden out of bounds at the 14-yard line, and that'll give them a bit more room to operate. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. So Missouri will have to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll call for the fair catch here. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football.
This defensive coaching staff, they love their secondary, and they love the matchups they have. They believe they've got 5 guys at least back there that can cover one-on-one. You saw a great example of it there on 3rd down, forcing the incompletion.
Back to throw, it's Mateer. This time it's complete.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel, but in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
The Sooners come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. He'll sneak it and try to surge forward. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of...
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Whenever he breaks to throw that football and that hand separates from the ball, I'm breaking on it, and you could tell they had a beat on it. Nice cut, nice instincts. Give me that INT.
They'll start this drive from the 42. Caught behind the line. It's Johnson. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no 1st down.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Caught near the sideline, it's Manning. Defense there to get him out of bounds as he gets it down to the 48. At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. He'll go to the sneak. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Wants to throw on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Quickly out to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Looking for more room. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Right down the middle. Got his man downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And another big play from a Sooner receiver. We've seen that before. Some places you might get grades like C, D, all A-pluses here.
And he grabbed it like a lamb and serving up busted chops like you've seen this offense do so many times in the past.
Looking for a gap. It's up. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And what you talk about on defense is speed, is penetration, getting in the backfield, making something happen. And you could tell they got in there so quick, the offense couldn't recover, couldn't do anything with them. Nice job getting the tackle for loss.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. And off from the shotgun. Wrestled down at the 26. It's a gain of 4.
Just a simple power play. Power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a fourth quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. The short hands, it's Gibson. He will not get to the first down marker, and now that leaves them with 4th down and a big decision. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. He'll try to knock it through from 38 yards out. And they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll try to knock it through from 38 yards out. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And now the lead is extended a little further.
Well, you're always going to wonder what woulda, coulda, shoulda happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Off the play fake on first down. Going over the top. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They go to the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
And you just wonder now, is that the play that's finally going to wake this offense up? They've been sluggish throughout the entire first half, but could that be the thing that finally just gives them a little bit of a jolt and leads them to scoring some points here before this half is over?
And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Motion from the back. Back to pass on second down. Catch in the middle. It's Coleman. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double-team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Lost to throw again. Finds his tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Tigers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Coleman. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Coleman. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Missouri will snap it in the red zone. Wants to fire on second down. Here comes the heat. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
This offense better start finding a way to cap off these drives with points. We haven't seen that now in the last two drives. Last one, they were moving the ball pretty nicely, came away with nothing. This drive, it's looking to be more of the same. And normally when you give up sacks, especially on third down, that's what's going to happen.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, try to convert through the air. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
The Sooners will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he'll bring it back. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Lets it fly on the move. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
What a great play call offensively. Taking the shot, you flip the field, and now you better get those red zone play calls ready and dialed up.
They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. They'll go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Second down, he'll throw it. Caught over the middle. It's Manning. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable third down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. They'll try to sneak it. Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
Really nice job by the defense shutting down all the options. Don't let him get into his reading phase. Go get him right now, play sound, and more importantly, tackle him and get him on the ground.
These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Trying to pound their way in. And again, stopped right in his tracks, nowhere to run.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Rush is on him. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And that inside linebacker showing you the speed and the recognition. He saw a gap and saw a crease and a free path to the quarterback, and whoo, he took it.
And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Right down the boulevard. This is now a 7-point game.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Sategna. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Caught in the backfield, it's Gibson. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or some safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break up the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
Looking downfield, it's Mateer. Pucks it out of the air. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Handoff from the gun. And the Sooners have a first down.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the 4th quarter.
The Sooners are flying down the field. Gives it on the option. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And how about this offense, man? Being able to succeed, still winning without their bell cow, without their star being their star. This offense has not had a great game on the ground, but they're still in the lead.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Snagged in the middle, it's Burks. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
Well, you got to give this offense a ton of credit because normally they've got the lead because of this running back. Today, it's actually despite him. They really haven't gotten the production out of him that they expect week in, week out. You got to give the defense credit for that. But other guys on offense have been able to step up enough to make the plays necessary to give them the lead.
Caught in the backfield. It's Wheeler. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. The Sooners come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Using the quick game. The defense calls the timeout. Their 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
Caught in the backfield, it's Wheeler. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And if you'd have told this defense that they stuffed this great running back today, they'd have taken it. They'd have been happy, but the offense has still put up production, and they're still in the lead, trying to find a way to finish this one off.
Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical 3rd down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
And the Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Gibson. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that 1st down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. To the air on 2nd down. Got it in the middle, it's Burks. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
First down here for the offense. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee.
And this situation here on 2nd down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in a situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
Gonna run it. It's Ott. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Now on 2nd down. Looks like the offense will just take a knee.